So we've looked at the future of agricultural technology, and I'm here in the UCD stand to talk to the future of the industry, some of the young people that are coming up in the world of agriculture. So I'm here with
Owen, I'm a Stage 4 Animal and Crop Production student in UCD.
Tom, Animal and Crop Production as well.
Chris, Stage 4 Animal Science student UCD.
Kira, Stage 4 Veterinary Medicine student in UCD.
And Owen, if you could tell me just a little bit about, you've done like a couple of placements that have been quite interesting, haven't you?
Yeah, I was on a PWE there for the last 9 months since January. I started off in Missouri in the States on a grass-based dairy farm out there. So moving on from that then, I was finishing off pigs, tillage, beef and crops, so you get a broad range of experience.
Quite a mix.
Yeah, it is, yeah. When you're doing animal and crop, you need the expertise in every area, so that's what the aim of the course does, and the aim of the placement is to give you a practical experience in all of those.
And are you from a farming background back here then?
Yeah, I'm dairy farming in Cork with my father at home as well, so that'll be on the cards down the line, but hopefully I'll be able to use the degree to some extent before I'll go full time there. So.
Excellent. And what about yourself, Tom?
I'm studying Animal and Crop Production.
And are you from a farming background yourself then? Or?
Yeah, we have a dairy farm in County Wexford at home. It's kind of like whether I go back there or not, like it's kind of, we don't really know at the moment with the industry and all the rest.
But I hear you've done quite an interesting placement as well.
Yeah.
One that's maybe not quite as farming connected, which is just interesting for an agricultural science student, I guess.
When I got involved in the mountaineering club in UCD, I got involved in rock climbing and a lot of rope work. And then through that, I made connections and got involved with some seabird surveys that were going on down in Dingle, which were with an environmental consultancy, which was really cool, working on islands off the coast of Dingle, doing a bit kind of abseil and stuff. So it was really, really cool.
So what were you doing now? Were you physically strapped onto a harness then on the side of some cliff?
And then I was kind of instructing others, so it was more efficient to have me instructing and setting up stuff and instructing others to do it and send them down rather than me doing the work. So we had multiple people doing it at the same time. And you're in like one of the really beautiful part of the country in great weather.
And what an excellent experience as well.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Brilliant. And what about yourself then?
My name's Chris Heffernan. I'm from Kerry, close enough to where he was doing his placement. I suppose I'm from a beef background, but I'm hoping to go into the ag industry. I suppose what I did is slightly different was I went on an exchange to Cornell. UCD's partnered with 13 universities across the world. I spent second semester of third year over there, and then I suppose after that I did a month's placement on a dairy farm in Pennsylvania. So that was really interesting. They were milking 1,000 cows on an indoor intensive system, so it was amazing to see it all work. I suppose after that I came home and I was working mostly in the industry. I was with a feed nutritionist and I was with a couple of agri-businesses as well. So it was great to see them all.
And do you have 1,000 cows back here in Ireland as well?
I wish I did. It made my life a lot easier, but no.
It'd be good. I'm sure you learned a lot from working with a system that big.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I was lucky enough that I got to work on the herd management side of it rather than actually being down milking 1,000 cows 3 times a day.
And have you brought any ideas from that back home with you?
I suppose what I found most interesting was the feeding mechanisms over there. So a lot of it was all TMR diets. There was no such thing as putting the cows out the grass. It was amazing to see how much the quantities of milk they were getting out of the cows per cow per day, which is amazing to see. And see how such a well-run, efficient system.
And Kira, I hear that you're not from a farming background then.
No, I didn't grow up with any farm animals. We have pet sheep at home, but nothing like the intensive production systems. But my interest would be in large animal, farm animal veterinary work, and I'm just back from a month's placement in Canada, seeing practice with a large animal vet out there.
I noticed the lovely boots. I hear they were picked up out there as well.
My beloved boots, yeah. It's a very different way of farming and of life. So it was fantastic to see the different way they do it, and being with the vet out there was I got to see the production side of it as well, the herd health and all of that. That was really interesting for me. So that's definitely the area I want to go into.
And you've still got a couple of years left, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm in my 4th year now. It's a 5-year course. So, but final year is all rotations, so we've no lectures, which is nice.
And what do you mean by rotations then? What were you doing?
So we're down in the veterinary hospital. We don't have there's no classroom learning. It's all seeing, following the qualified vets around and helping out in cases. So it's getting us a bit more involved in being a vet than just sitting in the classroom.
It's brilliant. It sounds really exciting.
Really good.
Great. And Owen, it's not just even in the classroom. You're involved in a club at university, aren't you?
Yeah, so I'm part
Tell me
of
a little bit about it.
Yeah, I'm part of the Agricultural Science Association. I'm careers representative this year. Careers on the committee. Chris there is on the committee as well. I suppose our role primarily is to try and knit the community together and knit all the courses together. I suppose we do that by having events throughout the year which raise money for charity.
And I hear you have a few exciting ones coming up sometime soon.
We do, yeah. We've I suppose our big one in February is going to be Ag Week. So there's various events throughout the week. My role as careers then would involve the careers fair that many industry companies come to scout the talent that's coming out of UCD, but I suppose at the end of it all we do try and hand over a nice check to two charities this year, which is Crumlin's Children Medical Research Fund and Chalk Tom, which is Suicide Awareness and Support in Kilkenny. So we have that on our minds the whole time. It's up there with the priorities of what we do, as well as the social side of things, and careers is a huge part of it as well. So we have a great auditor in Aoife Bergen this year, and she's doing a great job knitting us all together, so it kind of brings us all closer together as a college, really.
Excellent, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.